How you doing, guys? Phantom TCG here, and today I'm gonna bring you my updated Dogmatika Invoked deck. Obviously now we have dragoons. Since obviously last 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, the megatins came out. Last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, probably a month from now. Obviously the new Banlist came. If I'm not mistaken, was last week. So obviously we have to do a couple of changes here and there. Obviously, Call by the Grave is now at 1. Got to get rid of some cards here and there, but the deck hasn't changed that much. Obviously, with the introduction of dragoons now on the TCG, obviously we have to. I put the small engine with the Predaplan 1. So yeah, so I have play tested this deck with a couple of friends. Plays against Cyber Dragon, Mirror Match, and I play against Monarchs. The new Monarchs, they're kind of annoying with the new field spell. With the new field spell now. Obviously, Pantheism at 3, and the field spell basically locks you from special summoning from the extra deck, and obviously they're pretty big, so you must get Fleur out on the field as soon as possible. Obviously, if you have a monster special summon from the extra deck. So, anyways, without further ado, let's get started. That's all the decks I have play tested against. Still need to play test a little bit more, but this is what I still have. This is like my budget build, in a way, because I don't have triple tactical talents since they went up in price. And I didn't get the chance to get my hands on some forbidden droplets. If you have them, feel free to change some stuff here and there in your deck. Everyone's deck is different from one another, but use my deck profile as a reference one. Anyways, starting with the monsters, starting with Dogmatika monsters, the lineup didn't change that much. We're playing 3 copies of Ecclesia. She's the one that searches your entire deck. Let me focus here with the camera. There we go. We're playing 3 copies of Ecclesia. This is the one that searches your entire deck and can give you access to what is it called? The Predaplan monster. Since if you don't use the effect to search, you can summon from your extra deck. But basically, she just searches your entire, not your entire deck, but she searches your Dogmatika cards. Now, next we're playing 2 Fleur. I don't want to play 3 because I feel if I open this and I don't have any way to summon one monster from my extra deck, and I don't have a Dogmatika monster, in this case Ecclesia or Maximus, I can't do anything with Fleur, since it will only be a body on the field and it will not have the effect to negate. Now, next we're playing 1 Maximus. She's very straightforward. Sometimes you end up citing this card out. It's not the best, but since I play the spellbook engine, I just summon him, use the effect, dish 2 cards, and then use spellbook of knowledge to get rid of this card and draw 2 cards. Against Monarchs, I don't think we're going to see Monarchs being played in some tournaments here and there, but this card is extremely bad against that matchup, since you cannot send cards from your extra deck. That's the thing you want. So it will only be a defense on the field. So that's it. That's it for the Dogmatika cards. Now we're playing obviously the Invoke engine. Very straightforward. I'm not going to go in depth with this engine. Hand traps, we're playing 3 Ash Blossoms. There we go, 3 Ash Blossoms. 2 Effect Veilers. This should be impermanence, but I don't have some impermanence, so feel free to change this for impermanence if you have them. But now, basically, that we don't have Call by the Grave at 3, this card is pretty much okay. We got Effect Veiler, 2 Ghost Ogre, and 2 Droll and Lockbirds. These are the new cards I'm still testing. But yeah, you probably end up citing this card out. Or you can play Ghost Spell. That's the other card I was thinking of playing. So your opponent doesn't banish something from your graveyard. or does that random call by the grave or something. But I feel like draw luck works pretty much okay. Alright. And obviously the other engine, I'm playing the spellbook engine, played the one blue boy, the dark magician, and the red eyes. Well, that's basically it for the monsters. Now for the spells, playing triple nadir. This is the only card that can out monarchs, since you can ditch inks. You ditch this card and basically pop the field or pop the attributed monster. But in case your opponent has multiple tribute summon monsters, you must pop the field spell. But yeah, basically searches the entire Dogmatika lineup and away. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Next I played triple meltdown, and I played 2 invocations. That's it. That's it for the main cards that you mainly need. Now, obviously, I played the spellbook engine, 2 spellbook of knowledge, and 2 spellbooks of secrets, and 1 knowledge. I mean, just alright. Basically, this is one of my favorite engines in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh game, because literally, if I have the chance to splash this engine in any deck, I will play it. Since obviously you can bait out some cards your opponent has, some hand traps or something, and they kind of get lost because they're not used to seeing this engine in every deck. So if you have been following my channel and seeing some deck profiles, you have seen that I played this engine in Sky Striker Invoked back in the days, and probably in Sky Striker. Like I said, it's one of my favorite engines. Just draws you 2 cards, and obviously this just has 2 spells. Well, Sky Striker back in the days, but now just engine. Next we play 2 Pot of Avarice. The reason why I'm playing this card is just recycle my extra deck, because I sometimes feel like I run through it very fast, and just Pot of Avarice recycles your entire graveyard. Well, your entire extra deck in that way. And in case you run out of, I don't know, flares or targets to search, basically you have that way to get them back. And obviously draws you 2 cards. Next we're playing 1 mind control if you're randomly going second. Helps me a lot, but yeah. The 1 terraforming to search your field spell, 1 call by the grave, and the 1 red eyes fusion. Basically, this is random stuff. You can play something else. Obviously, this card, you might play it, and obviously the red eyes fusion. But as of now, I really like this card. Probably get rid of the call in the grave, but yeah, I don't have anything other good to play. Next, for the trap cards, you play 2 Dogmatika Punishment and 1 Shadows Schemes. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that card. Damn it. Basically, this is very randomly that you manage to pull the combo where you summon Winda on your opponent's turn. But sometimes it comes in clutch in a way that you can at least protect yourself if you manage to ditch some shaddoll cards to the graveyard. It's pretty cool. I really like it and I enjoy it. And this card is very stupid. Basically pops cards on your opponent's turn. Probably everybody does know what it does. Plus it's a common, so you might have it on your bulk or something. Alright, for the extra deck, this is where it kind of changed a little bit. Alright, for fusions, we're playing the 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Extremely big ass monster, a beat stick. Getting rid of this card is a pain in the ass. Yeah. Playing the shadow cards. Basically, you might only need to dish this card and then use Cheens. Well, unless you need the Shadow Trap card to add it to your hand, then you need to ditch either Construct or Winda. But sometimes if you, I just open with this card, I just ditch Apkallone, because basically it's a dead card in my extra deck, and then use it to fusion summon either these 2 cards, and then the other one substitute the other one in the graveyard. So basically, this is the shaddoll engine I'm playing. Playing 2 ints, the 1 Ash Dragon, 2 Mechaba. Really, you could play 1, but 2 it's kind of okay. So, yeah. And 1 purgatrio. Sometimes your opponent summons a bunch of monsters in the fence, so you might just get rid of the entire field and do piercing. Now, synchros, I'm playing the ignister Pegasus. This card sometimes nobody knows what this card does, really. So the effect of this card is when you're being attacked or you get attacked. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Right. If a card in your field gets destroyed by battle or by a card effect, you can banish this card, target 1 card in the field, and return it to the deck. So basically, I use this card in case I summon Maximus, and my opponent summons, let's say, he ditches Nova, so we're drawing Nova. In this case, I just ditch the Elder Entity and the Pegasus. Now, the Pegasus is kind of random, so I'm going to use Int effect to destroy a card in the field, and if for X or Y reason he just tries to destroy 1 card in the field, I use Pegasus to bounce that monster he summoned. The situation is very, very random. It normally doesn't happen, but at least having the Pegasus in the graveyard is extremely random. Your opponent will not expect that this card in your this card's effect, actually. I hope you guys understand the effect. Plus it's a 23, so you can search Ecclesia and Maximus, ditch it, and that's it. Play the 1 Nova in case of the mirror match. Summon the mechaba on the field. Then for length, we're playing the 1 almiraj, the 1 secure gardna, and the new card obviously added to the deck with dragoons. We're playing the 1 plan anaconda. Basically, that's it. That's the entire deck. I'm not going to go into much detail with some cards because they're very straightforward. But basically, that's it. That's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed this. If you find this video helpful, remember, use this deck profile as a reference. Do not actually copy my deck unless you really have the cards and just really want to test my build. Everybody has his own weird way of playing the deck, and this is my weird way to play the deck, and I feel more comfortable with it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to like this video, subscribe for more content, more deck profile, more TCG content in particular. And yeah, stay tuned. We're probably gonna do a giveaway for the next opening or something. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.